Okay, today we are replacing a 180-ton chiller, water pumps, and the BAS on a commercial office building. Okay, so here's the old 180-ton Carrier chiller we're going to be replacing on this commercial office building. It's 40 years old. You can see it's served its time. The compressors on this unit have been rebuilt over the years. It's become a high maintenance chiller. So we're going to be replacing it and installing a new disconnect switch. This system currently has this air compressor that's dedicated to the BAS system. And basically the way it works is the air compressor supplies air to all of these pneumatically controlled valves, chilled water valves at each of the fan coil units throughout the building. It's a very inefficient system. The valves get stuck, they leak. So I'll show you the existing old equipment, Schneider Electric, and it's an Andover system for the BAS that we're going to be replacing with a Siemens product. Those are the controllers that go on the side of the fan coil units throughout the building. That's what they look like inside. We're going to be replacing all of those as well. Here's the current thermostats. Here's the current piping with the insulation removed and the water pumps down in the basement. So the guys removed the old water pumps and old piping. And they poured a new concrete slab for each of the new pumps, installed the pumps, made sure they're level. You can see the welders getting everything welded up in place. New valves, new piping, new insulation. Woo! And these pumps are controlled by variable frequency drives, so more energy efficient. We also installed a glycol feed tank, because here in Colorado it gets cold. And the bypass on each of the floors was too small. So we need to install newer, larger diameter bypass, piping and valves, as you see here. Again, also a Siemens product. And these will talk to the BAS. All press fit connections. The HVAC installer did a great job on this install. You also have ball valves on either side of the valve. So if you need to service or replace a valve, you can shut the ball valves. So the reason why I had to go with the larger diameter bypass line or bypass loop on the first and second floor was to get the adequate flow rate. The HVAC contractor also had to install a new three-way valve and differential pressure switch. That also talks to the BAS system. Again, another Siemens product. And there's a new controller inside the control panel in the electrical room. Here's what the new controllers look like. There'll be one of these on each of the fan coil units. We also had to install these current sensors that'll talk to the BAS to let the BAS know when the blower motors are running, and new PIC valves. Here's a close-up of the PIC valves. One on each of the fan coil units. And here's a new thermostat. The guys removed the old condenser coils and cooling fans to help lighten the weight on this old unit to prepare for liftoff of the building with the crane. And disconnected everything and unbolted it, and now the crane has showed up. So the crane has to go ahead and set its counterweights and outriggers. There's a new Carrier chiller. This is a 160-ton chiller. The old one's 180, the new one's 160, and it's more energy efficient, obviously, than the old one. It'll consume less electricity, lower our electric bill for the building. So now that the old one's rigged up, We'll lift it off the roof. We had a tiny bit of wind that day that made it challenging, but not too bad. So we'll carefully set the old unit down aside. And we need to lift up the new steel platform that the new chiller will sit on, rig up the new chiller, and we'll go ahead and lift the new chiller into place. Everyone on site did a great job. You can see that new steel frame for the new chiller to sit on. And there we go. They'll hook up the piping, they'll insulate the piping. I'll give you a tour. So here it is hooked up. It's got the inlet outlet piping hooked up. That's the air separator there. That was a requirement. So these pipes go down to the basement. So you got your inlet and outlet. And it's a plate type heat exchanger on this instead of the old shell and tube like the old one had. So much more compact. New compressors, or we're test running them right now. Condensers, expansion valves. This is also carrier chiller. It's a total of 4 compressors on this chiller. And again, it's a cool day, and we're test running it, so we're not going to have a lot of temperature differential. There's not a lot of demand on the system right now. So I just want to give you a look at the components of the new chiller. You can see we got a new enclosure, new disconnect switch. This one's nice. It has a touch screen right on the front, so you can monitor what it's doing in real time, make adjustments. So you can read your pressures in real time. See, there's a menu screen. You can read your temperatures in real time. And you can see what your compressors are doing, which ones are on, which ones are off. So here's what the new BAS looks like. It's a much more user-friendly interface. See, the chiller is currently running. Here's what a snapshot of a fan coil unit looks like. You can see it's in cooling mode. See, the cooling coil is blue. The fan motor is spinning. And then I'll show you in heat mode what it looks like that's what it looks like when one of the electric heaters come on. All these fan coil units have electric duct heaters in this building. They don't have a separate boiler or separate heater coil on them. So all in all, this entire project took a little over a year from the planning and development stage to the execution of removing the old system, installing the new system. Cost a few $100,000, obviously. That cost can be offset by state and federal tax incentives or tax rebates. That's something to keep in mind for your facility. If you're thinking about replacing your chiller, I hope this high-level overview helps you. And if you need a practical facilities maintenance handbook for training or for reference, this book is available on Amazon.com in ebook and paperback format. The link for this book is in the video description below. It has common facilities, documents, signage, tags, a wealth of reference material, training material, as well as common shop equipment drawings that you can use to fabricate your own shop equipment in-house and more. And if you need hats, mugs, shirts, or weather-resistant stickers for your facility to label things inside or outside or equipment, there's a link in the video description below for this facilities maintenance store where you can buy the stickers you see here and products you see here and more. I hope you find it helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.